Hey Geminis, welcome. So I'm going to do you a career and finance reading. So we'll get you some message of clarity and guidance as it relates to your career and finances. So with that, let's go ahead and get right into it and see what you have going on here. All right. So let me make sure this is in the camera. All right. So I definitely see you moving toward more fulfillment, like something that hasn't worked as well. You're definitely taking those lessons and moving forward. So we have some major transformation and change that's happening here. So this could be like a transition in your career. But I definitely see you like taking all of the lessons that you've learned and moving into a space where you do feel more fulfilled. So you may also have protection or help in this process, and you always have it from your spirit guides and source, but it may also be like a person in the 3D that may be helping you as well or protecting you in some way, and some of you might not even know it that this person is supporting you. So they may be having like some conversations that you don't know about that are in support of you. All right. So let's see why these are here. Let's get some clarification. So why is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, please? Thank you. All right, yeah, so you definitely need to make up your mind on what it is you want and how you want to move forward, because for some of you, there may be like a little bit of a challenge or an obstacle because you're undecided or you have like too many things on your plate, like too many things that you're trying to juggle at once, and that could be contributing to sort of the up and down of things, and things like seeming like they're happening, but then you can't get some traction because you do have so many things on your plate. So it kind of putters out. But the solution to that is to really focus in on one idea, like put all your energy into one thing, and then that will allow that to grow much, much, much faster, and that'll lead you towards success much faster. Okay, and then there's also like this okay, so I would say to definitely be appreciative of what you've accomplished so far and to recognize everything that you've accomplished. So what I tend to do, because I do this myself, is like once you accomplish something, then you're like, okay, you check that off, and then you're like on to the next thing immediately. But celebrate that, embrace that, look at what you've accomplished and how it can help you in the future, because it's like you have some things, you have a lot of great things, but it's a matter of like organizing them in a way, combining them in a way, like putting them together in a way that makes something great. Okay, so I feel like you are in this space of like, oh, I have these things, I've accomplished these things, but I'm bored, I don't want this isn't what I desire at this point in time. So again, just being more appreciative of everything you've accomplished, recognizing that, being proud of it, and then figuring out a way to incorporate it together to make something beautiful. Okay, so what else? Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Again, appreciating what you have, evaluating the things, like pulling out of your experience, like, what, when I was working on this, I did these things and that made us very successful, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to move that forward, and I'm going to do that with this new idea. Okay, yeah, so it's definitely about that. And then also recognizing that you're so close to either starting or having a breakthrough or completing a step on your journey. You're so close to that. It's crazy how close you are. So it's like, keep going. Keep going. Okay, so what else? We'll take it. All right, yeah, so you definitely have some change coming in your career and finances. So you'll just have to apply it however it fits. But there's definitely opportunity for growth, for change. Change is happening regardless. Change is happening. But there's this opportunity for wonderful, wonderful abundance and growth out of that change. So it's like, you know, the change is happening. So you can either be like prepared for it, or you can be not prepared for it. So it's up to you which one you choose, because it's happening anyway. Okay, so what kind of challenges do we have for our Geminis? Thank you. All right, letting it happen, letting it flow, and letting go of the things along the way that aren't helpful, that aren't serving you. Let them go. It's so important for you to let them go. Now, you have your lessons, you know those, you know what that is, but you also have some burden that you could potentially still be holding on to that really needs to be let go of. Okay? And put your heart into it. So I feel like also with these things going on, it's so much going on that it's hard to say like, okay, I really like idea number 1 and number 2. I'm really going to focus on that. But then I have like ideas 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that, you know, are still here as well. But put your heart into ideas 1 and 2, or just 1. Okay? So you're being guided to do that and to really focus in. So it's important for you to decide what those ideas are, what that project is, what that path is, what that job is. Apply it however it fits, but just apply it. Okay, so what other challenges? Thank you. All right, yeah, like getting started, recognizing your strength and your power and your ability to do this. You got this, and you have done this before. You've done this before in so many ways, and if it's not the exact same thing, you've still done this before in some way. You've met a challenge, you've addressed it, you've overcome it, you've used tools and talents and gifts that you have to become successful, and now it's all over again. It's starting all over again, and these are lessons that you've designed for yourself. So this is what you and your higher self wanted. So make it work for you. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Anything else? Thank you. All right, yeah, so also stay focused on happiness. Stay focused on achieving and accomplishing your goals. And I say that like stay focused on inspired action. I'm not saying like, oh, you know, don't do anything else, just work. I'm not saying that at all. You need a healthy balance. It is important to have a healthy balance, but as challenges come through, definitely choose happiness and choose to view them as lessons that you can put in your arsenal and you can put in your back pocket and you can use toward greater outcomes in the future and successful outcomes and abundance and happiness and freedom and all of those things, all of the beautiful things that you want and desire. Okay. All right, so let's get some oracles. What do we have for our Gemini? All right, so we have ask for help and assistance. We have put them ideas to work. All right, we just talked about that, like getting to work, taking that inspired action on those things that drive you and that you connect with. And then we have wealthy man, works hard, provider, boss daddy. All right, so there definitely could be some soul family coming in here to be of support and help. And, you know, this doesn't always mean just monetary, right? Because abundance comes in all forms, and this person is coming through with abundance. So it could be someone just listening. It could be a coach. It could be a mentor. It could be a boss that's giving you advice or guidance or help or assistance. And it could be on things that may not even be, directly related to work. So I'm hearing like specifically like investment. So maybe you have a boss or a colleague that has done really well with investments, and you decide like, hey, I'm gonna reach out, I'm gonna see if they have a half an hour to speak with me about some things that I could do, or so yeah, just there is this presence, there is this soul family, and it could be a man, it doesn't have to be, or they could have like more masculine tendencies or characteristics, but there's definitely support and help available to you from your soul tribe and soul family. Okay, so let's see what else, what other messages. All right, we have, remember, many of the clouds casting shadows are not real. Yeah, absolutely. Focusing on the positive and focusing on the opportunities that come from lessons and that come from things that happen that you don't desire to happen and you don't want. There's always opportunities to learn from them. So we have, you will break free from all that no longer serves you, and we talked about that, and we spoke about letting go of the past, letting go of those thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, habits, attitudes that are not serving you, the physical things, the people, toxicity, all of those things and people that just aren't helpful to you now and that just can't come with you because you're in a higher vibration and you're in a different place. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself, because these lessons are designed to show you more about yourself. So don't beat yourself up and don't be upset with yourself because you decide like, you know what, this job is no longer for me, this person's no longer for me, this place is no longer for me, I don't want to work on this project anymore, I don't want to do this type of work anymore. Don't beat yourself up for that. Those are messages to you, from your higher self, showing you what it is that you truly desire. And it's time to move toward your desires and what truly makes you happy. Okay, so what other messages do we have? All right, so we have younger woman. Okay. So, like I said, there's definitely some soul family that can be of assistance to you and helpful to you at this time. And I'm even hearing that, like, when I say helpful and when I say of assistance, they could be showing you. So it could be like an experience that you have where, it may not be the most positive, but it's definitely a lesson and it's definitely a blessing in disguise to you. So also recognize that and pay attention to that. So then we have September as well, so that may be of importance to you. And then we also have Mountain Road. You are on the road to success. Absolutely. And I was going to put this over, put them ideas to work, because you have every opportunity to be successful. Every opportunity. So what other messages do we have? Independence and romance. So yeah, I absolutely see. I feel like for some of you, this is related to a career, a new career, like entrepreneurial type of career that you do want to implement. You want to proceed with, to be more independent, to be your own boss, to be a CEO. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like higher level shit that you're aligned with your purpose. Okay? And for some of you, it could just be a job and that's what you want to do and that's what you love, and that's okay. That is okay. But if it's not, then also you know what is here for you. Alright, and then so some of you are hearing that there is some sort of romance on the job. So it depends on what context that is. If it's like a boss or someone that is, managing you or has power or control over you, then you may want to rethink that. And I'm not going to go like delve all into that, but you do know how some of those types of situations can end. So you may want to check the romance, love, and couples reading that I'm going to do later on. But yes, I am hearing like there is some sort of romantic dealings with some of you at work. So if it doesn't apply, then, don't take it if it doesn't apply. But yeah, so yeah, so what I was trying to say, I lost my train of thought, but what I was trying to say is like if this person is in power over you, then I feel like that can lead to more conflict. But if this person is not, then I'm hearing like, I see that as a freer energy, as not as cloudy of an energy versus like, yeah, this person is directly over you or they have power over you in some way. So that's very cloudy. That's very up in the air. I don't know about that, but we'll get into it in the love reading. How about that? Okay. All right, so let's get you a couple more messages before we close out. All right, so what other messages do we have for our Gemini? Okay, thank you. All right, so we have duck. And then we have your dreams are beginning to take shape. Absolutely. You have more confirmation here on your road to success. And take with you the things that are helpful to you. Okay, and I'm looking specifically at this romance here, okay, because I'm feeling like for some of you, and you'll know what situation this is if that is applying, but only take what is beneficial, what is helpful. Okay, so we will leave it at that. And you know what I mean. Okay, all right, and then we have this duck here, so you may want to also look that up. It may have some spiritual significance to you. But we have happiness, growth, fertility, triumph, and unexpected partnership. So beautiful. And that also speaks to these energies that we see coming in. So there could be an opportunity to connect and partner there. Okay. But again, you definitely need to do what feels right to you and what feels good to you, because you don't want to just, you know, partner with somebody just because you've seen it in a random reading. And I'm not saying anybody would do that, but you know, again, I just always want to connect you with your higher self and source and ensure that you ultimately are taking guidance on those messages that you receive. Okay, and then we have accept the temporary nature of everything. Absolutely. And you are doing that by moving away and understanding that change is happening and it's going to occur, and you're going to embrace that with open arms, and you're going to choose happiness through all the challenges and through anything that comes your way. You're going to choose happiness and you're going to choose love and abundance. Okay. All right, so to close out, let's get a couple final messages, please. Thank you. All right, so, and I don't know if I like these cards because they're all very much focused on creating that mindset. So we'll have to see. I don't know how I feel about these cards. Yeah. So definitely, I do love this message about resetting and releasing limiting beliefs and letting that go. Because when I say like letting things go that don't serve you, that's everything. That's behaviors, that's habits, that's people, that's organizations, that's jobs, that's, you know, thought patterns, belief systems, behaviors, actions. It's all of those things. So it's time to let that go and replace it with different attitudes about money. So look up some affirmations I'm hearing and meditations related to money. And you may even want to look up, I've watched several YouTubes on like relationships with money from a spiritual perspective. So, you know, that's also an idea. If you haven't really explored that yet, explore it. Okay. All right. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So, Gemini, those are the messages I have for you today. Please like and share this video and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and we'll talk soon.